Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you another crazy Joseki that's called the Cursed Blade of Muramasa. So for this Joseki in the past, people used to play an attach over here, so black will just hane, extend, push, and in the past we used to play a hane over here, so when he connect this, we can play either a tiger's mouth over here, or we can just even play extend, depending on the ladder capture over here. After he cut this, can he ladder these E14 stones? So nowadays we don't really play this hane over here, we just simply push and cut. This is recommended by AlphaGo. So when he cut over here, we can just simply Atari and black can get the entire top left hand corner, which is super good for the black stone. Black is now 62%. Now for the updated Joseki, white will kind of want to play a jump over here. So if black just choose a very simple variation, just blocking over here, this is good for black, slightly good for black, because the D12 stone is a little too close to the black's wall. So in the opening phase nowadays, you want to play something like approaching the corner, you want to play 3-3 invasion. You don't really want to place a stone on the side of the board, but this situation you kinda have to do this because D12 is in danger. Okay, so this Joseki is slightly good for black. Now we all know that the simple move for black, which is F16, is already slightly good. But sometimes when you play online, your opponent may go crazy and they start an insane fight with you. So if you just simply leave in the corner like this, then this is not that good for white. Black win rate may go all the way up to 54% because he gains some advantage in the corner. So white is forced to start a fight with the black stone. You have to push and you have to cut over here. The problem is, how crazy can this fight goes? For this fight, I'll only be going through 3 variations. One is a Kosumi on the left side, and the other 2 is white try to enclose the 3 stone at the top, either with this move or this Kima move. Okay, so we start with the simplest one. If white try to survive over here, then black can just escape over here. So there are 2 groups of black stone that we can see. The top group kind of have an eye and the left side doesn't really have an eye. So with the 2 weak stones over here, what will white want to do is that white will want to strengthen this and enclose the left side. But the problem is this hole is a little too big and black can make use of this. He can attack over here, forceful move, you have to extend, black push one more time and he push again. So in this case, there are 2 ways for black to play. One is he can try to enclose a stone on the left side. This is not really good for white, as we can see this is 59%, and if you try to deny this, then black can just simply hane over here, and this is another nightmare for white. So you don't really want to jump over here. Are there other ways to net the black stone? Another way is to force exchange with the top group, so that you can attach at L17. But the problem is, if he just simply settle down, then what do we do? Do we enclose him like this? If we enclose him like this is one of the better ones, I guess. Black is at 53%. So if black push out, then we kind of have to retreat over here, because if you block over here, then there are too many card points. So if you retreat, he push over here and then he push again. So if you want to net him, then you have to retreat and then black can just attach over here. So once black pierce through, this is not really that good for white. You can also play something that's more forceful, shoulder hit, and if black push, you retreat, and then black attach over here, and this is another nightmare for white. Fight is slightly favorable for black, so this is not that good for white. So if white try to enclose the 3 stone at the top by playing a Kema over here, then that's a classic move for you to run out with this move. Yeah, attach at the bottom, because he cannot hane over here. If he hane this, then we can cut over here, and if he Atari here, we can just cross over from the top. So as you can see, black's win rate now is 64% once you go out. This is horrible for white, so this is not acceptable. He can also try to play this move, which is slightly more tricky, but this is not good for white, because once he Atari this, you can just run out with the Atari over here. If he capture you, then we can just play this move, simply just extend over here. white can't start the fight because there's no core at the start of the battle. So against this move, white kind of had to retreat. We extend once, we extend twice. And this place, white has to take note of this. If white extend over here, then he has fallen into black's trap. Black can just attach over here. If you harness this, then he will just extend over here. Okay, best move right now probably is to play over here, and black has a really powerful move, which is this. Okay, against this, you have to play a tiger's mouth. He can Atari this, connect this, and then black can harness over here. Black's not worried about this Atari because he can extend over here. If you try to net him, if you try to capture this, then he can just create a net that will completely surround the white stone. Now white has a Tetsuji over here, throw in. Against this move, it's recommended to just simply capture over here. In Mr. Zhang Weijie's book, he recommended an extend over here, but then if you do this, then there's a Tetsuji over here. Hane, if you play this, he can kind of cross over from the bottom. Not really that good for black, because if you play this, then he can just use a cold fight to run away. But it is still good for black. There's a slightly better variation, which is to play this, just simply capture this. So if he try the same thing, then we can just connect over here. Yeah, you can see there's a sharp spike in the win rate. This is 78%. If you still try the same thing, then black can do this. Atari, capture, and I can capture this first. I don't think white can sacrifice those stones, because once you sacrifice this, most of the white stones are on the death line. This is horrible for white. I don't think white can ever accept this. So if white connect over here, then we can start a cold fight. Cold fight, there's nothing on the board left, so if black win this cold, then black win the game for sure. Alright, so this is not acceptable. If you connect this, then we don't even need a throw in. We can just simply play this and connect this, and this is super good for black. The entire corner got captured. So against this move, it's recommended for white to just simply live in the corner. So we play something like this, and then we just block over here. This is a slightly worse variation than the previous one. This is not that good for white as well. If white choose to attach over here, then we can just simply harness over here, and then we extend downwards. So if white play over here, then there's a very powerful move, which is a squeeze. So his best move against this is probably a tiger's mouth. We can just cut this to gain some value out of this. So after all this exchange, all black need to do is to survive over here. So once you are alive, this should be good for black after you gain all the value over here. Alright, so Keima over here, this is the top recommended move in the AI Joseki written by Mr. Zhang Weijie. If you run AI, some of the AI doesn't really recommend this. This may not be the top recommended move, but then against this move, black can play over here, just simply jump over here. So best move for white right now, it should be to settle down at the corner. If you Kosumi over here and then you block this, this should be kind of normal. Yeah, compared to the previous picture, slightly good for black. If white choose to play insane moves such as this, attach over here, then black can just wedge over here. If you Atari, he can connect over here. And then if you connect this, then black can just pierce through with this attach. So it should be very good for black after this. If white play move like this, a Kosumi over here, then black can just rinse and repeat the whole thing just now. So you attach this, he harness, probably the best move. Extend over here, white win rate is 56%, his best move is probably this. And then I show the AI this move. What's your best move right now? This? Yeah, this. Alright, so I Atari here, what are you going to do? Connect this, then I harness here. And then my win rate goes up all the way to 65%. He realized it. Okay, so this is the same as the previous picture, I guess. Yeah, what was my win rate again? Wow, he changed. Okay, So we can just rinse and repeat the whole thing again. So here Atari this, net the whole thing, Atari this. Black should be faster than white and the whole corner should be yours after this. Alright. So these are the three main variations that I want to talk about for today. If you have discovered any other insane variation that's not covered over here or in any other sources, then feel free to share in the comment section below. Alright, hope you learned something today. Goodbye.